Often when we think of resilience, we think of standing back up, making sure we are strong enough to keep going, never showing weakness, making sure that all the resources that we have, all the energies that we have, are just funneled into making the task or getting the task done or achieving a thing or at least standing back up. And so often with that sort of mentality, we are often then leading ourselves towards burnout and away from any form of self-care. So I was listening to a really great podcast the other day, which was talking about resilience, but instead of the enemy of resilience being fragility and the thought that you're not being tough enough, the enemy of resilience is actually grievance. And when you think about it, if you're putting all your energies into standing back up and making sure that you can just be in that moment and be as strong as you can, be the warrior, you're sometimes actually in that narrow focus of not addressing the things why you keep getting knocked down in the first place. In other words, are you getting knocked down because you're not going about it the right way? Are you getting knocked down because you have this fundamental thought that the world is against you, that people don't understand you, that the things around you are actually causing you to get knocked down, rather than sometimes looking at the bigger picture and what do I need to change? So yes, standing back up is a really important thing, but also what have I learned from standing back up, and do I need to be knocked down again to show I'm a warrior? Sometimes we get so caught up in the fact of I need to show my resilience, I need to show my strength, that we perpetuate being knocked down and the strength to get back up, rather than looking at it's important to stand back up, but why am I being knocked down? If I'm holding a grievance and holding the thing that is unchangeable strongly in my heart, then I will continue to be knocked down. And all I'm showing all day, every day, is this endless cycle of resilience, rather than resilience tied into change. And so if we're holding a grievance, if we're holding the fact that people don't recognize I'm good enough, that I don't feel I've been seen, I don't think that the world is treating me fairly, do we need to address that attitude within itself? Do we need to understand that maybe sometimes we need to look around and change not only how we're standing back, but how we go about the next step? So instead of then going on an inevitable cycle of I then get knocked down and I'm showing the warrior culture within myself, what can I change? What can I learn to accept? What can I make a difference in, so I don't have to have this endless cycle of resilience, burnout, frustration, and my grievances actually get stronger and stronger? So take a breath, be resilient. It's really important, and it can be really important, and it's one of the great virtues and values that we have of being resilient. But if you just have resilience and you don't have learning, then all you're doing is repeating a cycle. Coming to terms with things that are confronting can be sometimes more challenging than just being resilient. So challenge yourself to be something on top of resilience. Challenge yourself to look, to understand, and to change, to accept what you need to accept, to grow where you need to grow, and start breaking that cycle of feeling you need to be the warrior all the time, and the only way that you have that gives you a sense of self is the fact that you showed resilience. Life can be more than that. Life can be brighter than that. Life can be grander than that. Life can be outstanding if you want it to be. And some things aren't meant to be. And showing resilience over and over again won't change that. Well, it certainly won't change if we don't make changes within that. Look around, seek advice where you can, get an outside perspective, and decide if you want to keep that resilience cycle going and going, if you want to change how that warrior confronts the world, what sort of hat you want to be wearing each and every time, and be strong, but be strong for progression rather than stagnation. I hope this little thought helps. Please give me a comment and let me know what you think of that thought. It really helped me change a little bit of perspective of sometimes that showing resilience is a really important thing, but if we show resilience and we hold it with grievance, then we actually just stay in that cycle. And we certainly don't show ourselves any self-care. Take care. Remember to be kind. The most important person to be kind to is yourself. I'll catch you on the next video.